Hey everyone, thanks for joining us. I am joined by Jevohn Shepherd, the one and only. We are going to get into Canadians doing big things in the NBA, the Raptors, of course, and we're going to sneak in a little bit of March Madness. Off the top, Jevohn, no one is balling like Shay Gilgeous-Alexander right now. He's putting up 37 and 6 since the All-Star break, and he's doing it efficiently too. What have you seen from him?
So here's the thing with Shai. Like you mentioned, he's putting up some big numbers, but he's not the most athletic. He's not the quickest, but he has this herky-jerkiness to his game and just allows him to get to his spots, which makes him so hard to guard, right? And we've seen that. You couple that with the fact that he has an ability to see the court, pass the ball, and facilitate. He's just out there having fun, man. He looks so relaxed, so calm doing it. You look at his frame and you're wondering, how is this guy getting down the lane and finishing so easy at the basket? But to your point, since the All-Star break, big numbers, and it doesn't seem like he's slowing down.
No, he's not slowing down, and this is Sam Presti's dream, right? Shay's putting up the numbers, but they're still losing. They're going to get that lottery pick.
Anything for the lottery.
But on a winning front, Dwight Powell is doing big things. You see that Dallas Mavericks team, since they traded Kristaps Porzingis, the way it's opened up the floor for Luka Doncic, but they still need some production at the center position. The way Dwight Powell has contributed, averaging 11 and 6, shooting about 67% from the floor, you've got to love what he's bringing to the table.
Love it. And you know what you love even more is the fact that with DP, you don't have to run plays for him. You don't have to run sets for him. He's a consummate pro, He's going to play within the confinement of the system, within the flow of the offense, and it makes it so much easier because a guy like Luka gets in pick-and-roll situations. Dwight wants to roll hard. He wants to play above the rim. He's going to rebound. He's going to defend. He's going to give you everything you need, and he's great for Dallas. But guess what? His style of play, you can put him on any team, and he's going to do the exact same thing and help your team win.
No question about it. And let's switch things over now to the Raptors. I mean, they've been incredible of late. Scotty Barnes has come out of the All-Star break saying, hey, I played in the rookie game. I'm trying to be an All-Star now, right? Like, he is balling. The Raptors are balling. Pascal is looking great. Looking at the standings, you look at them, they're in that mix, in that play-in for sure, but are they going to sneak into that top 6?
They're a top 6 team. They absolutely are. And I think why would I say that? Because, look, there's 13 games left in the season, and if you look at how the team is playing, they're peaking at the right time. There's a cohesion to the team, to guys. And even individually, there's guys stepping up and playing their best basketball of the season. I think when you have Precious Achiuwa right now stepping up and just understanding where to get his shots, and the game has slowed down for him, that's big. Now you have Khem Birch that's stepping up into the mix of things. That he brings a dimension that this team has needed down low, right? So with everybody coming into the mix, and then obviously, you know, Fred is going to be Fred. Gary Trent Jr., you know, he can give you 40 on any given night. They have a lot of pieces, and now everybody's starting to mesh. We've almost forgot that OG's hurt, right? He's not even in this mix yet. So they're going to get better. But with the last lap of the season, the important thing is to be peaking and trending at the right time, and they're doing that.
You mentioned OG, you mentioned Khem Birch. I'm so happy for him because he's had such a down season because of injuries, because of COVID, hasn't really been able to get going. Will OG Anunoby have time to really get going in this final stretch? And do you have any level of concern about Fred VanVleet's knee?
I think OG, you know, he gets back into the mix, and because remember, he was playing with his finger already injured, right? Now, you know, it's a fracture. You're going to need some time for it. But can he play now? Absolutely. I think it's more just rest and precaution. The team is playing well, so there's not a need for him right now. Is there a big concern for me? No. Is there a big concern with Fred? Not at all. You know, the other night against the Clippers, I seen him. He looked like he was dragging that knee a bit, dragging that foot. But it just happened to be, the brace, right? And takes off that brace and gets back out there, and he's just flowing. He's playing aggressive and back to the Fred that we've seen. So I don't have much concern at all. And then obviously Alex McKechnie with the Raptors, he does a good job from the health science and just really taking care of these guys, especially coming down this stretch. Now you're going to be a bit more cautious and just navigating this thing a bit. You did it a whole year with Kawhi, so I'm not concerned with these guys at all.
Jevohn, I'm sure you had a little bit of concern when Michigan was down early.
Listen, this is how I'm giving it up. I'm never concerned.
But who are a couple of Canadians in the March Madness bracket that you are looking forward to watching?
Well, for one, Caleb Houston with my Wolverines, obviously, a sniper there, a guy on the perimeter that can really shoot the basketball. And then obviously Ben Mathurin, man. He's been playing at an elite level this year and came back for a second year to, one, help his team win, but increase his draft stock. And I think he's done that, right? And, there's 50, players on both between the women and the men, 20 on the women's side and about 30 on the men's side that are in this NCAA tournament. And that's huge for us. On the women's side, I think Shayna Pellington, has the opportunity to get back to that promised land and looking for a good run from her as well. And Yvonne Ejim with Gonzaga. So, there's so many players to keep tabs on and so many players to keep track on. But those are some of my top four on both sides, the women and the men's side.
Whether it's the NBA or the March Madness, there's plenty to look out for. But don't forget, north of the border, we've got the U Sports Championships coming up in a couple of weeks. So watch out for that on CBC. Jevohn, if you like Canadian basketball content like this, what do you need to do?
Subscribe to CBC Sports Like This.